Reviewing used products never seemed logical, but I thought about it for a bit and realized that the used market is as big as, if not bigger than, the new market. That's why I'm starting a sub-series of product reviews. Retro reviews. Today I'll be retro reviewing my IHC EMD E8. Hi, I'm HO Hobbyist and I am a model railroader. Let's get started. Okay, so I've had this for a while, but I never intended to review it, but here I am anyway. This is my IHC EMD E8 locomotive, and I do have stats reviews, I always do, but they are a little bit different than they are in regular reviews, since this is a used product as opposed to a new one. So, at least for now, there's no weight. That could change, probably will change, but at least for this review, there's no weight. The current average eBay price, instead of the MSRP, is $45 to $60. I did some looking. There were some listings. The cheapest was $45. Most of them were in between $45 and $55. But there were a couple that were at $59. So I just said $45 to $60. And most of them are powered in dummy sets. That's why I have here a powered locomotive and a dummy locomotive. And more on those later. They use horn hook couplers. They do run on DC also, not DCC, because, again, too old. And this one happens to run on Amtrak, but there are plenty of road names. So, I cannot go over the box or unbox this because I do not have the box. So we're going to start up with a detail overview. I'm not going to be reviewing these individually because they are identical, except for the fact that the dummy does not have a motor. You can even see, if I zoom in, they even have the same exact road number. So the details, as I mentioned, are the same, but we're going to go over them on the powered. So, starting at the front, the Amtrak Phase 1 paint scheme with the bloody nose and the black roof going all the way across. There's also the arrow that says Amtrak there, and it's the same blue. I'm looking, there doesn't appear to be very much paint dripping. I do not see any separately applied detailing. Zero. But again, at the time this might have been more common. But for the cheap price, there are plenty of demographics who would benefit from a lack of separately applied details such as handrails. Because I know back when I first entered the hobby, my handrails kept falling off. So that could be a benefit. The mold, though, has plenty of detail simulations built in. There are lines going up and down next to the door representing handrails. There are plenty of rivets to go around. So, I doubt you could count them and have exactly the right number, but there's enough. If we take this off, there is roof detail in the way of fans and other things of that sort. It appears they actually just mirrored this part over to here, because they're symmetrical. Undercarriage detail, there is none. Yeah, there is no undercarriage detail. It's completely flat here, here, and here. Same goes true for the dummy. So yeah, very short detail review because there is no detail to show. Moving on to the performance. So how does this perform? Not very well. Once it's running, it works well. I mean, it's not quieter by any means, but it does work. So I have a consensus about buying this now at the end, and it really takes all these factors into account. So I am using my MRC Rail Power 1370 as I always do, and will slowly increase the throttle. And I'll say the units, but they don't really mean anything except for comparativeness. So right now we're at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, you hear it making some noise. I don't know if you can. 30, 35, 40. Oh, we went backwards. Seems to accelerate better backwards, so we'll go back up to 30. Noise again. Just jittering along. Now we're at 40 for real. And it seems to be running okay. But now for acceleration backwards. Yeah, it just went from 0 to moving. There was no slow increase. So yeah, that's how it performs. And we'll move on to the run by. Well, that's all I've got about this locomotive. For someone looking for a modern, highly detailed DCC and sound equipped locomotive, this is not the locomotive that you should buy, with minimal detailing, minimal performance, and zero sound. Yeah, it's not quite what you'd want to go for. But if you're looking for something cheap, particularly for a child or a younger person, this could be exactly what you want, with minimal detailing that could fall off, cheap price, and do they really care about the exact speed step acceleration? And plus, it has plenty of road names, so if you live halfway across the United States, you can find this in your railroad paint scheme. So this is perfect for any locale. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and consider subscribing to be notified about my future videos. Feel free to check out my website, Instagram, or my Twitter, links in the description, and comment here if you need to contact me as well. Well, I've got a train to catch, so if you need me, I'll be down the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Bye!